Good morning, Larry. What?
The color, the best ones that say Hatulim. The new ones, the color, they're good, but they don't beat it.
I'm in my Dapa Yomi, I'm behind. I'm going to skip most of Sichat Chulim, most of it. באמת לא מבינים. You look at the picture, you think, man. Okay, listen, we have to do what we have to do.
But when Hazel brought him, he did a shechita, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I can't look at that.
I know a student in school that stopped eating meat because she saw the shechita.
Yeah.
So, Larry, we're going to practice to Motu Masrot now. So I have four types of filet.
That's great. I did it one time. I called you. We bought from Costco something.
Remember. Yes.
What? Israel?
Yes.
And you walked me through it.
Yes. Can be like, give everyone this to do. Take a piece of paper, really, to be like a plate. I just try to distribute. Only have four. I have in front of me, Larry, beans, white beans, and I have red lentils. I have a green peas, and I have some barley. I think it's too long to distribute to everyone, so let's give everyone. And the chokhmah is really to take some barley. Put it except barley, the beans. If you have it in I will have it maybe one more. Okay. So you took the beans, take some of the beans.
The beans.
Yeah. It's good. We're going to throw it away.
Well, your students are going to be very tired today, but very happy.
Why are you tired?
They're going to be tired because the Knick game.
No. Yes. We heard already in shul. You should have seen that philo today.
Yeah.
The mood in the shul. Good morning. Welcome, Yosef. Welcome.
I hope they didn't say Yishem.
I'm sure.
We were tempted.
I'm sure that in some shuls they did say Yishem. We're going to learn how Jews eat in Israel after you take Tuboto Masur. Oh no, we spoke this week, Joseph and Halal. And it's this week in the parasha. Joseph, sit near him, take some of the green.
Yes, you want to just do it with me? You want to just do it with me?
Take some of the green.
Yeah. You have to stop.
Basically, at the table, we have in front of each one of us beans, lentils, green peas, and mahodish and barley. And listen carefully. Let's say you are staying in Israel in the north, in a non-religious guest house, and they tell you here's a plate. This morning we picked up grapes, figs, plums. So בזמן התורה זה היה אסור מן התורה to eat the plums, to eat the grapes, מן התורה. Why? Because if you're not taking תרומה, if you're not taking מעשר, it's called tevel. Tevel means
Rabbi, for subdividing, what's considered, what do you need to take
We
10%?
are,
All
no,
fruits, okay.
this is what we're going to.
Okay.
Yeah, Eli wants to know. So באמת, okay, to be.
I heard that some did Rabbanan, some do Oraita, right?
So bring the Shulchan Aruch. Bring the Shulchan Aruch a second. Joseph, how are you? Look good. You went on vacation? That's the business.
Well, I had two weddings in Israel. Then I went to Turkey, but there is no flight to Turkey, so I went to Azerbaijan.
Why there's no flight to?
They don't have it for 3 years.
Wow.
They used to have 7 flights a day.
I mean, from Israel to Turkey.
Yeah.
So is there a way to go by transit someplace else, like through
Greece. I went to Azerbaijan. Yeah. It was unbelievable country. Unbelievable.
Azerbaijan? Wow.
Yeah.
What is they Muslims?
All Muslims, but
Yeah,
Muslim
you see,
they love Israel.
They really support. I mean, they generally an Israeli side, no? No?
When I saw Azerbaijan, I said, America is gone. It is so clean, so beautiful, so well done.
Wow.
I mean, here, I cannot believe so. I mean, there's nothing really done.
But you know why? I remember you called me the Hoover on the snow day. The guy was, the driver was from there. So he said to me, we love our country, we're not busy, we're very proud. I mean, he spoke about, you don't hear it anymore, you know what I mean?
No.
He said, we love our country, we hate Russia, whatever he said, but see, people in America, most people, the liberals teach you to hate the country.
Yeah.
To hate. The same exactly as in Israel, the liberals say, no. If you are, I'm look a second.
People make fun of me that I always talk about Turkey and I love it, but I don't see people in America having the love for the country that they are born from.
We did. It was
That's
there.
the new people.
I was here years ago.
30 years ago.
look at סימן שין למדלת, לארי, יורד היה שין למדלת, 331.
I had to put the years, the decade that was
What
probably
is
the
it?
best.
Best plenty, right?
I know. 50s.
50,
50s.
60s.
50s and 60s.
The assassination of Kennedy was the end of the
We
story.
had won World War II, and everyone was proud. And
שין למדלת.
Democrats.
look at סימן שין למדלת, the title is Eli, הלכות תרומות ומעשרות ומתנות עניים בראשית הגז. זה בדיוק מה אנחנו חושבים. שין למדלת, 331. It's probably the biggest Siman in Shulchan Aruch because it's really fascinating. The main difference, what is the main difference between the Rambam, who wrote the biggest monumental book, the Shulchan Aruch? The Rambam covers Beit HaMikdash, Korbanot. The Shulchan Aruch, right, doesn't have anything about Beit HaMikdash. However, Trumot u'Maasrot, since it's only in Israel, so he has a very long siman, but it doesn't go into many details. So let's look here. Look at שין למד סעיף א', התרומות ומעשרות אינם נוהגים מן התורה אלא בארץ ישראל, בין בפני הבית, בין שלא בפני הבית. Okay? מן התורה it's only in Israel. והנביאים התקינו שיהיו נוהגים אפילו בארץ שינה. Countries around Israel. Fine. Look now, סעיף ב'. This is really the base of many of the leniencies that we have today on תרומות ומעשרות, סעיף ב'. בזמן הזה, you open the page yesterday of תרומות ומעשרות, remember we opened it a minute. בזמן הזה אפילו במקום שהחזיקו בו עולי בבל ואפילו במי עזרא, אין חיוב מן תרומות ומעשרות מן התורה, אלא מדבריהם. Today the חיוב is only מדרבנן, מפני שנאמר כי תבואו, משמע ביאת כולכם. Only if the majority of Jews are in Israel, as we spoke yesterday and the day before, from the time of the destruction of the first temple, most Jews were ולא ביאת מקצתם כמו שהייתה בימי עזרא. Now he talks about.
Well, today we have a majority.
No, but it's not. This is not.
Okay.
No.
So what's the different geographic definition of Israel?
Right.
Halachically.
Right.
So Rabbi, I have two questions. A, why is it why do you have to have majority? That's one question.
I mean, you learn it. No, you learn it. It's a good question. You learn it from a pasuk. The pasuk says kitavo. Kitavo means when you are coming. This pasuk was written to the Jewish people as they crossed from the desert to Israel. It's a Gemara.
We have Yovel also, you need a majority, right?
Like for Jewish slaves and non-Jewish slaves. All this doesn't apply today because of that. Okay? Now let's take the Siddur, leave this open. Take the Siddur in front of you, the white Siddur. Open on page 609. Here, take
Oh,
it.
sorry.
If it prepares me on 609.
I never look at this page until now.
No, but the reason is because it's not practical for most people, yes? Now, let's go slow, yes? We have in the room 3 Kohanim. So the time of Beit HaMikdash, when I have, let's believe that what we have. Jojo Mechila, you see Jojo?
No.
So Bisman Beit HaMikdash, let's assume I have 100 pounds. I have 100 pounds of grapes. So first and foremost, I'm taking 2 pounds out of the 100, and I say, look at the bracha a second and 608. ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו. Here it says להפריש חלה תרומה. Yes?
Like Sam was saying.
Sam was saying for Sfaradim, it's a Sephardic Siddur. But if you are taking for grapes, you would say אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להפריש תרומה. Okay? Now, let's say take from whatever you have there, put 2 aside. Okay, let's say it's 2 pounds, put it aside. This is Truma. Now, Truma, yes? Now, so take this 2 beans, just put it aside there. That's all.
Okay.
You took Truma, yes?
Okay.
Put it aside.
Yeah, Mashu.
Now, the minute you did it, I'm talking about Beit HaMikdash. The minute you did it,
All this is
Mina Torah, you're not allowed to eat it. You're not allowed to sell it. You have to wait for a Kohen to give it to
The
Kohen.
two, but this is still now. This is
Mutar.
This is
This is mutar as far as the Truma.
yes.
Tumah, you're good, but you got matzah or matzah shane, matzah, too much matzah to go.
To a funeral, you cannot touch the Truma. Yes. The Kohen also. So we took Truma. Now today, since we assume that most of the Kohanim are Tameh, right? Now the Kohen, when he's Tameh, is not allowed to eat this. So if I have 100 pounds of grapes, why should I waste today 2 pounds of terumah, which I'm not going to eat anyway? Right. So this is why today we take 1 grape for the entire crop.
And we destroy it.
Right.
I mean, we let it rot, basically.
Could the Kohen be podait?
No. In a minute you'll see. You cannot.
He said we can't do anything with it. Okay.
Now, so remember, we have 2 beans on the side. This is the terumah, but today we take a very small amount. Now let's take now maaser rishon. Maaser rishon. Put aside 10%. 10% of the crop now, which is 9.8
Of the whole.
of the whole, because we took out already 2 pounds. Yes? So you take 10%. Right? You make a baracha. Look now on page 609. ברוך אתה השם אלוקינו מלך העולם אשר קידשנו במצוותיו וציוונו להפריש תרומות ומעשרות. This is taken from the Rambam, and the Rambam says you can really combine the two berachot. I told you before to make a separate beracha, separate beracha and the truma.
It's very simple.
Separate truma.
You do it at the same time or you do it after you take the 2%?
So the example I gave you, I assume that Eli Tower is in front of me. Oh, please take 2 pounds for my grapes and make me the bracha. But if I don't have anyone around me and I have to serve the food for my family, I would take right away maaser.
Rabbi,
Yes,
Rabbi, I'm sorry.
maaser goes to the Levi. I never got it in my life, even though theoretically you can eat the maaser, even if it's maaser is there.
Yeah, there's no kedusha in the maaser.
So how come no one ever offered it to me? The answer is I cannot prove to anyone. And I cannot prove to anyone. This is another reason why the Kohanim cannot eat the Terumah today. Even if you assume that you are tahor from day one.
It's only a chazakah.
Of course. Most of the Kohanim are Kohanei Chazakah. So we would separate today 1 grape for everything, but the maaser, the only reason the Leviim are not getting it is because no one can prove.
So, Rabbi, the question of lineage, I know with Pidyon Haben, in the vernacular, if he calls himself a Kohen, he lives like a Kohen, he could do the Pidyon ceremony, even though we can't ascertain with certainty that he's a Kohen. It's okay there for the mitzvah, but here we're in doubt.
This is why by Kohen, the real people are looking for Rappaport. They'll wait weeks to get the Rappaport.
So with Rappaport, we have some certainty.
Yeah, we have no clear.
There's no certainty. Same thing with a Levi. Is there much doubt about the Krag family?
Now, this
But
government.
also the Kohen is not a Kohen, he's Chayav Mitadeh. So that's also a situation. So if you give it to a guy, he thinks he's a Kohen and he's not, you're not going to make him Chayav. It's not Chayav Mitadeh, it's not Chayav Mitadeh.
Listen for another reason. The other reason is I cannot touch 100 pounds of grapes if Terumah was not taken. If maaser was taken,
At least it's
but not to the Levi, I can eat it anyway.
so right. So it gives you at least.
In the time of Beit HaMikdash, I'm a real Levi. I got 90 pounds of grapes as a Levi. I can sell it in the market. So
Would you have to give Trumat Maaser before?
today, I'm going to walk with you now through the text.
Yeah.
So first today, we are separating the maaser.
Right.
But then I keep it. How can I keep it? How can I eat it? Because I'm permitted to eat the maaser. Should you hear the difference? By Truma, if I'm not taking this away, Asur on me min Torah I cannot touch the crop. The maaser, I'm separating it. Later, I'm going to put it back in because I'm not sure who is a Levi.
Right.
And I'm going to eat it.
Rabbi Krug?
Yes, Larry, I'm listening, yes.
It's okay. So suppose Eli is a Talmid Chacham, and there's another Kohen it's my decision which Kohen I give it to, correct? And there's no preference for.
This is an important question. Why is it this important question? The owner, let's say a fellow has hundreds and hundreds of pounds, yes? It's called in the Gemara Tovat Hana'ah. The fact that I chose to give Kohen A against Kohen B, I might benefit from it. So the Gemara says like this, listen carefully. The Gemara says that you, as an owner of hundreds of pounds, can come to a Kohen and say, listen, I'm giving it to you on the condition that you will give your terumah to my grandson.
Yeah.
Again, it's not you. The only thing you have in it is the power of decisions. To give to Eli, to give to David, to give to Jojo. The mind of community, I am a Levi, I separated 100 pounds of grapes to be given to Rani Tali. Good. Someone stole it at night.
Oh, so you didn't give it.
Can I tell him, hey, you owe me 100 pounds for every pound? No, it's not mine. But I can tell him, I have some benefit on it, yes, in it. You have to pay me this benefit that I have. You understand, Eli?
No.
You could put this stipulation on it.
No. Everyone, in fact, this was his question. I can give it to any Kohen. If there's no other Kohen, I have to give it to the Kohen in front of me. But I have two Kohen, it's my decision. This decision gives me some leverage, some monetary leverage. If someone steals it from me, like, it's not mine, it's like
The Kohen's.
the Kohanim. Now, how come Rani Taron cannot come to the thief, say, you stole from Rabbi Blah, give it to me? If the thief would say, why should I give it to you? I'll give it to Eli. Eli comes to him and says, I was giving it to Joseph. If the guy is a crook, this is called Mamon She'ein Lo Tovim. No one can claim.
Yeah.
But if the thief, at any given time, really wants to do tshuva, he has to give it to the Kohanim.
So,
He has
but,
to give it to the Kohanim because he has now property that belongs to the Kohanim.
now, by the way, but you cannot give the maser before you did the truma, right?
Correct.
Okay, just want to make sure I got this right. Go ahead.
Now, so remember, we took care now on what? On Truma, which is this too. We took care of the Maaser. Now, again, the Maaser can be eaten by anyone except I'm a real Levi, correct? Someone gave me 100 pounds of grapes. I'm obligated to take now 10 pounds and give it to one of you. This is called what? Trumat Maaser.
10 what was the poundage? What?
10% for the Maaser.
10%.
Terumat.
Maaser. Giving to the Kohen.
Taking Truma, I am the Levi.
You're giving it to the
Now
Kohen.
I'm giving it to the Kohen.
Right,
10%
to
of my Maaser. No, not 2. 10%.
10% to Maaser.
From Maaser, from the Maaser,
I know it's
from
10%
the
of
green,
the 10%.
10% from the 10%.
I'm just surprised because we went to Truma, so I'm just wondering what Truma does go back to, like the 2% of Masha, whatever you want to say. Then why now we're going
because
from-
it's open in the Truma. This
Okay,
is the
all right.
no.
Okay.
So if I were Kohen in the neighborhood, I would do my best to be friends with as many farmers as I
No,
know.
the Gemara says openly.
All
The
right,
Gemara
come
says
on,
openly
let's
that
have
the
dinner,
Kohanim,
let's-
that the Kohanim, I mean, especially if you have a large
the
family.
business.
Now, why is it important, Ari? So today, since we are getting rid of the Truma, but the Maaser I keep here, but I cannot keep this because there is 10% here. It's
Yeah.
assuming that Torah in between.
Does that have to do
The
something
same
like
way,
Truma?
exactly.
Right.
Same way
This
that I
is
can.
this.
Oh, so today, in today's day and age, yes, in my neighborhood, I remember I went to visit my mother in Sharon. I like food. She sends me the food. The guy says to me, the Mashgiach, all the boxes of it. I waited for the Mashgiach. What does the Mashgiach do? He takes 1.1 of the crop. And eventually this 1.1 is going to be the Trumat Maaser plus the Truma.
Oh, I see. Oh.
You understand? Because by the end of the day, what are you losing from your crop? Only 1.1. At the time of the Gemara, I'm losing 2%, but the losing, giving it to the Kohanim. I'm giving 10% to the Levi. So in the time of the Gemara, you always give away 12%, then you give 1.1. So for instance, every year, the winery, Carmel Mizrahi, publicly spill out thousands of gallons, which this
They do the math. They know.
they
how much
do
to
the
spill
math.
out.
They know exactly
They know
how
the
many. If
quantity.
they had $1 million of wine, yes, they have to take
They do that per batch or per season or per month.
per season. I mean, after the season is
Once the
over,
crop
towards the end of
harvest
the
is in,
summer.
they know what they do.
So remember, in today's day and age, again, only 1.1. Why? Again, this really belongs to the LAV. We don't know who is the Levi today, so I can keep. But there is 10% of
That's
this.
what just to-
It must be to the Kohen, and I cannot eat. So in today's day and age, every time we have a lot of fruits and vegetables, yes. Bert, many years ago, bought something and he realized from Israel, so by the phone I told him, you take 1.1 and say, in a minute you'll see what you say.
Rabbi Prague,
Yes, have a second.
sorry.
The minute we did it, basically took care of bat. and the years 3 and 6 in a cycle of 7.
You gotta do
You have
too
to
much
give Maaser Sheni
on the end, Maaser.
Yerushalayim. No.
Second year, or third year? When
No,
is
no.
Maaser Ani?
Listen, 1 and 2, first and the second, the fourth and the fifth, you give Maaser Rishon and Maaser Sheni, or I mix first and second, 4 and 5th, you have to give Maaser Rishon, Maaser Sheni. 3rd and 6th, instead of the Maaser Sheni,
Maaser Ani.
Ani.
So the Ani is gonna wait for 3 years. I mean,
Wait. So what do you do with the Maaser Sheni? At least you are not losing it.
You put it.
Yerushalayim.
Maaser Sheni goes to Yerushalayim.
But if you are a farmer, in the minute you will see that everything is being taken care of, you understand this.
why do we call it Ani? If it's Ani,
No. Maaser Sheni, you, Joseph, and Richie, and your family come to Yerushalayim. If you wish, you can distribute it to many people in Yerushalayim.
Or
Maaser Ani, you must give to people.
But why is it every 3 years?
think
Ani is every year.
Besides your tzedakah,
Gets all the pecker.
besides the money that we give to support him,
so for Aniyim, it's a bonus
You have
year,
to
so to
give-
speak.
yeah,
Even
it's
being
a good-
taken care
Kohen
of.
give you-
this is a good bonus year.
Bonus year. It's Kohen Jubilee year.
See what he said? If the Kohen is Ani, you have to give him the 10%, correct?
Oh.
Normally, it's assumed that the Kohen doesn't need his
Over and
money.
above the normal.
Give it to another Levi.
Because he,
Because the Kohen gets the challah, the
You
Levi
know,
doesn't
you
get
know, he
challah.
gets.
his expenses low.
Correct.
He gets stuff that falls off.
Rabbi Prague?
Yes, I'm listening.
The Torah is so careful about giving to the poor and not wasting. There's no, and give a little shtickle from the Isa, I understand you burn it. But when you gave the example of taking hundreds of gallons of wine,
There's no
Like,
way
wait.
out of it. He's
there's
right.
no way out. That's what, and you can't give it to an animal, right?
Imagine,
Did somebody come up with an angle? No, they didn't.
You can't give it to a guy either.
I mean, imagine the rabbi that takes the maaser from the King David or whatever the plaza. It's tens and tens of pounds. It's nothing you can
And
do.
they can't use it. Can I use it as
Nothing,
fertilizer? I can't
This
put
is
it in
the
the
point,
ground?
because there's nothing you can do.
Zero.
Not even to an animal, right?
Correct. There's
Sure.
nothing you can
It's so counterintuitive. That's what's hard.
do.
Rabbi,
Yes.
Can Ronnie tell me, I'll rent you my house for half the price, just give me my set.
So the Gemara, the answer is yes,
Working on it.
but the Gemara says no. The Gemara says yes, but it's not fair. The Gemara says that the Gemara says that the grandchildren of Kohanim, but the grandfather is not a Kohen. Let's say his daughter married a Kohen.
Yeah.
So he can make deals with people, give it to my grandson, I'll do this for you. But the Gemara doesn't like it too much.
Rabbi, why is it 1.1 you said, but what happened to the 2%?
So I know the 2% was in the time of Bet HaMikdash.
Oh,
When we knew
Now
for
it's just
sure
a
that
break.
the rich is a Kohen, Tower is a Kohen, Tower is a Kohen, George is a Kohen.
Now it's just a break.
Because today you are Tameh, he's Tameh, I'm Tameh.
It's gonna be a waste.
If I'm giving you 2%, you cannot eat it anyway. So as Larry said
You
a
don't
minute
wanna
ago,
waste
why should we waste it?
but I went to a winery, they told me that they waste.
So I just told you the waste, the
They waste.
1.1,
Oh, that's it?
the 1.1, but you realize in the winery, 1.1 comes to hundreds of thousands of dollars.
How do they make sure everything is on the tumah is not tameh? In other words, when they separate it, the certain kedusha, all the whole, you could have a
Who's naming
huge
it?
batch. You have people working.
Basically today, especially in good winery.
No, now we don't worry.
You know, in the time of the Bet HaMikdash, Eli is right. Eli is saying every farmer had to be
Make
sure
himself
that when
tahor.
he, of course,
When he
when he
separates,
separates the truma to be given to Towel, to Richie, to Jojo, he has to make sure that he's tahor, of course, because otherwise the minute he takes it. But the truth is, there is a
Impossible,
is-
Rabbi, all the
wait,
farmers
back. The trick was make sure that the fruit is not wet
it's
before
dry.
you give it.
Okay, don't become
Rabbi Prague?
The fact that it was wet on the tree doesn't matter.
when it's off.
From the minute you harvest it, this is why Eli, they were trying always, the day they harvested, already separated Truma, finish, then you,
Rabbi Pratt.
even if I'm Tameh, and I went to funeral yesterday, touching the fruit, if the fruit was not wet, let's make it Tameh. So they were trying to do it as they harvested, and this is why the topic we saw yesterday, that you ask your neighbor to do it, because you have to do it as soon as possible. Yes, I'm listening.
I understand you're a Levi, and I know Eli is 100% a Kohen. Great.
All
How
the
do we define? How do?
You feel good today.
You cannot know
I'm joking,
100%.
And Ronnie too. I'm not sure about Mal, but okay. So
Tell us now.
this is why you said it.
my question is, I could identify a Kohen, and maybe I could identify a Levi. How do I determine a ani? And can I have the same right to give it to any ani, or could I split it, or could I do what I want, or could I make a donation to a shul?
You can split it. No, not to a shul. It has to be given to a person. Has to be given to a person. Now, how do you know? People in the community have to tell you. Have to tell you where you live. No, this.
I could see that be a problem. A Kohen is a Kohen. Is a Kohen. Ani is subjective.
There was a special Sanhedrin that had to give a certificate to the Kohanim, and they checked 4 generations, which means by Eli. 4 generations by Eli's father.
That's enough.
By Eli's
grandfather and great grandfather.
Your father and your mother. You realize your father and your mother's father, then your mother. I mean, this is a real investigation. You realize this is why, if you realize in the Chumash,
The mother's a big investigation. The father, you can count. The father's easy.
yeah.
You know,
You understand, Joseph, what we're saying is, let's say your DNA show you're definitely Kohen, right? Let's say 700 years ago, your grandmother was raped, definitely raped by an Arab. It's finished. Which means the children she has after are not Kohen. This is really the big scale. Not that there's nothing wrong with them, but they're not Kohen.
Also, somewhere along the way, there's a halal, and they have children, and they appear to be Kohanim, but they're halal. That's a challenge also, right?
This is the biggest challenge today to Jewish girls who are becoming Baalei Teshuvah. Before that, they had non-Jewish boyfriends. They can never marry a Kohen.
Yeah.
Never marry a Kohen. If you're a Jewish girl, you can't believe there are thousands of them.
She went to college.
Goes to college.
You cannot.
She had
In
relations.
Israel, it's not such a big problem because assuming most of them are Jewish, but if she goes in Chutz La'aretz, it's a very, very big problem. No, but it is. You're saying oi, but it's a problem.
I know, but you've talked about it many times. It's an oi because it's a problem.
Every year when I teach the boys, it says, remember,
Special responsibility.
you're sweetheart is sweetheart, but if you're Kohen, you have to.
All right.
But you should know that this is why the Syrian mothers are so careful not to let it go. At least they think that they control the girls, they have to fool around and have to go to. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
Now let's.
We put out multiple units per batch. I have 1 orange now, just 1 orange. Came off the tree. I have to do Tirama. Do I cut it up to do 10%? 2%?
I took my kids to, this is many years ago, probably 50 years ago, I took them to Israel, to the Galilee. It was fascinating. Anyway, they were very hungry and I was hungry too, of course. Yeah. I bought from a farmer, a big watermelon.
Ah, here we go.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I told my kids.
One watermelon, a large
He didn't look to me like an observant. So I told my kids here, I cut the watermelon, and this is exactly what I did. I did exactly what I'm teaching you now. Now look at the text. Look at the text now. If you Echad Mimea, look at the text. You see page. Listen, Ari.
Where are you holding now? You're a day again?
Beyadi should remain tevel. V'ayeter yeh teruma. So remember, if I have 1.1, I'm saying the 0.1. The 0.1 is teruma. Finish with teruma. The 1 is tevel.
Yeah.
Okay, now listen. Now, echad mimea, this 0.1 now, and ועוד 9 חלקים בצד צפון, הרי המעשר ראשון. So look what I do. This is already separated. This and 9 more here are מעשר ראשון, and this is תרומת מעשר. You realize that this, the 1.1 is
right.
The only thing that I really lose out of that, okay? Then I say, every religious family in Israel has a coin. And you say, if this is Maaser Sheli, I'm redeeming it right away. Listen good. This man of the Torah, you have to redeem it for market value. But again, since we assume that we are Tameh today, you redeem 100-pound grapes and 1 penny. So every family has a coin in the house. Coin. Now, if you live in a religious neighborhood, you're not doing it very often because this is what supervision is about. Me to supervise, so is this.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you buy it from others, you're not sure where is the source. So now look.
But what happens if there's no Kohen and you're sitting there
Good question.
and you keep it and then
Are you talking about today or then?
let's talk about then.
No, then you have a big problem. You must look for a Kohen because otherwise it spoils.
You can always find
And then what happens if that,
eventually-
when does Biarti HaKodesh Min Habayit come in?
Biarti HaKodesh goes only in the Maaser Sheni and Maaser Rishon. כי תחלל לעשרת מעשר טובותך בשנה השביעית, שנת המעשר, ונתת ללוי, לגר, ליתום ולאלמנה. You're right. But Eli is right because the Kohanim were spread all over Israel. There's always a Kohen somewhere.
It's not like now.
Don't forget that the Kohanim had to give the count Kohanim and the people.
And you had the Arei Miklat also.
So if you separated the Truma and you didn't find the Kohen in time and it's spoiled,
There's nothing you can do.
you give it to the Kohen spoiled or you burn it,
So what you do, if you really want to do it right, if it's grapes,
you
you make
replace
them
it.
into raisins. You give
Ah.
the
Do
Kohen
something
as
with it.
raisins.
You do your best.
So Rabbi, the coin, I did it once. If I use the
After
same
you
coin to
use
do it
it-
again, I have next
After
season.
you use it 100 times, then you have to get rid of the coin.
There's a time limit or a quantity limit?
Rabbi Prague, it's 8:04 already. I don't know if you have school.
Okay, but tomorrow, if you look at 6:10, this is you continue. Look on top. I'm living in the middle. Today's final, so it's okay. Look on top. ואם צריך מעשר עני,
Yeah.
and I'm saying, if I have to give a מעשר עני, the מעשר עני would be on the south side of my crop.
Why
And
would
what would be the bracha for that?
Right, of course. באמת, if צריך מעשר עני, this should be given to the poor. But the amount that me and you are mafresh is nothing to be given
Minimum.
to the ani. So this for sure you can give the ani the money and you tell them, I have in my house X amount of food. Okay, have a nice day, you can get rid of this.
Thank
My
you,
wife
Rabbi.
has enough to
Thank
make
you.
a choice for Shabbat. No, I took beans, I took barley, this is why the lentils is.
So this is for all the produce, no matter what,
Joseph,
everything,
every
fruit, vegetable, and
part of the education in every seminar in Israel and every high school for boys and girls is this. You don't use it very often, but when you travel, once I bought dates, say Shehecheyanu on Rosh Hashanah. Thank God, before I made the Shehecheyanu, I realized from Israel, so I didn't touch it.
Rabbi, what do I remember about, I don't even know if it's my said that you have to, in order to be chayav, you have to bring it through the front gates of the way of the.
Eli remembers from many Gemarot that Min Torah only if the crop was brought to your silo the regular way.
Through the front
If you,
gates.
right, if you didn't, today it's considered because today the farmers are collecting it and bring it to the silo before the. Thank you.
So if you didn't bring it through the front gate, you're not chayav
Then
on
Min
anything.
Torah, you have it Rabbanan.
But the Rabbanan, I
The
see.
Gemara said that one of the ways to measure if a man really cares about mitzvot or not was how is he doing?
Did he try to get around
But you
it?
realize it's a big challenge. So
Yes.
David, Lucas said those can go back.
Okay.
This is really was thank you very much. I'll see you tonight.
I will try, yes, tonight. I might be traveling, but I'll try.
Bye bye. Okay, bye.
Bye, Rabbi Prague.
And